Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Beth, and today we are here with a speed build of the University of Brichester dorms. We are playing with Elise, my sim from my university Let's Play, and I was really wanting to redo this entire dorm because it didn't make sense to me and it was messy all the time, which I'm sure it'll stay that way, but it was driving me crazy. And normally you can't build in universities, but if you use the cheat bb.enable free build, you are able to build in a university. So dorm, which it does have requirements, which I did not figure that out until later. I was making this little kitchenette area and I did put a stove in, and you are not allowed to have a stove, which I did not know. So I had to redo that a little bit, which was kind of new to me. But for the cheat, if you just hit Control-Shift-C, it'll bring up a little text box, and you just want to type in bb.testingcheats.space-true. Enter that, and then you can do the bb.enable free build, which I'll put it up on the screen so you can see those if you want to try it out for yourself. But I really thought that a university dorm should already have these things that I'm adding, and it was kind of frustrating to me that it didn't. So I decided to add it. So I'm just adding in this little kitchenette area. It will have 2 fridges and then a couple microwaves. It also will have a coffee pot and a tea maker, and then I add in the popcorn maker and the ice cream maker after I take away the stoves, because we weren't allowed to have a stove in a university, which kind of makes sense, but I just remove that and add those. I also get dishwashers in here, so hopefully the students will put their dishes in the dishwasher or use the sink to clean it up. I highly doubt it. I think it'll still stay messy, but hopefully it'll help. And then, as you see later on when I go to do the seating area for like the lounge area, there's piles of just trash and clothes everywhere, and it's so frustrating, but hopefully somebody will clean that up. I did not add a laundry machine in here or anything because I did not want to have to deal with laundry, but I do renovate the bathrooms, and I don't change anything major about it. I do try to keep the same building, like interior walls and everything. I just kind of update it a little bit, and I say update, but I try to keep it old looking as well, because I'm sure this building has been here for a very long time. So I wanted to try to keep with the atmosphere of an older building, but maybe one that's just a little bit more upkept and better for our Sims university life. So that's what I tried to do. And I'm just cluttering up the kitchen here because they're college students. I'm imagining with all of these students living under one place, it's definitely not going to be extremely organized and clutter-free. So I did try to clutter up the kitchen a little bit. I did use some things from the new clutter kit, which I haven't used yet. So I was really excited to use that. I have this cute little snack box, and I put some pencils with Post-it notes by this corkboard, which that corkboard is one that you use the postcards with, but I thought it would be kind of a cute little idea that they would leave notes for each other. And we get some aprons and then some tea and coffee mugs, because I know with school you were probably drinking a lot of coffee to stay awake. So I added that, and then I just get a rug in here for the final thing in the kitchen, and then I do move on to the dining area, which I did get 2 dining areas, one on each side, and they are basically the same on each side. I just get a 6-seater table with like a nice hanging light, and then that's pretty much all that I do as far as the seating area. And I normally like to clutter my builds up a lot, but I tried really hard not to, because I didn't want to add any more of like a messy feel with it since they are pretty messy Sims. I tried to keep it as basic as possible, but I also had to turn on move objects cheat to get this table to fit here in this area because it wouldn't allow me to add that chair because of the archway, the door, but the Sims are able to get around that. It's totally fine. So I did do bb dot move objects, and that way I was able to add that 6th chair, and I do that on either side. But we also get a few hanging lights, which I liked this circular candle looking one because I thought it matched the theme of this, and which it is the University of Brichester, so I imagine them to be a little more with like history and literature and art and things like that. So I tried to keep that in mind as I was decorating it as well. But I do get this. Here's where I'm adding in the popcorn machine and the ice cream machine. I also had a little bit more clutter. It just seemed kind of bare. So we do that. And then now we're moving on into the seating area, which I do get a fireplace in here. And I don't know how big of a hazard that is going to be. So you may have to remove it if you do download this build. I will leave it on the gallery. And I'll have my gallery down in the description below if you want to check it out. But I do have a fireplace. I don't know if it's going to cause fires. I do have a fire alarm in the kitchen, but we will find out, I think, in my Let's Play if it will catch on fire. So we will find out together. But then I just add in a TV here as well, and each seating area on each side is going to be the same. It's just one side has a TV and a fireplace, and the other side has 2 big bookcases. And then I get a total of 3 couches on either side. So there's plenty of room for your Sims to sit. And then I add in a few more lights as well, like side tables with lamps, because I think it just gives more of a cozy feel. They didn't have hardly any like standing lights or lights on the walls or table lamps, anything in this. So I definitely wanted to add that to make it seem a little bit more cozy and make your Sims feel at home a little bit, and not so like there was a lot of space and kind of empty. So hopefully it is better than what it was. I did not touch any of the Sims personal rooms. I left those all the same. They do have kind of more modern furniture in them, so I did not add anything to any of the rooms, not even my Sims. So we had just purchased a miniature micro fridge, a mini fridge for her in our Let's Play, and now I'm adding fridges, so we kind of wasted our money on that, but at least she'll still have her own personal fridge, and she can get in there anytime she wants, especially if the kitchen is a complete disaster and there's a lot of Sims in there. But we're gonna keep it, but we should have saved our money. Oh well. But here I am. I'm just copying the other side of the seating area for people who would like to read books or just chill out. And there's a little room off to the side here that had some, I think it was another like seating TV, but there's like one couch in it and one TV, and there's all this space. So I delete that, and then I add in some computers and a ping pong table and a chess table as well, and also some decorations. Just kind of like a game room. Oh, and I wanted to use these desks to add computers, but when I went to add the computer, the keyboard hangs off the edge of the desk, and it was driving me crazy. Even the laptop, everything, it just hung off the edge, and I didn't realize that it did that. So I switched desk, and eventually I like this one better anyway. It kind of gives a little more privacy, especially if there's a sim who's wanting to do research or something like that. And then I was trying to add more of the desks in, but it just wasn't going to work out. So I get 2 of those with a computer each. So we have 2 computers now instead of just the one. And then I get the chess table in here, so that way we can build our logic and give the sim something else to do as well. And then also the ping pong table over here in this corner. I was also going to try to add in this foosball table, but I could not get both of them to fit. So I tried to get it to fit elsewhere, but it just was not going to work. So I end up deleting the foosball table. We keep the ping pong table. I get a nice sign up of our school. I tried to incorporate the green and the yellow for our school, so that's why you will see a lot of green and yellow. That's why our couches are green and yellow. And then in the bathroom as well, I do a lot of green and yellow with towels and things, but showing our school spirit for sure. But just finishing that room, I just added a couple more lights, and then now we are moving on to the bathroom. And I did keep the bathroom pretty much the exact same. I just changed the tile around the different colors. I changed the toilet stalls to a different, I tried to use a lot more wood tones and not necessarily in tans, and not so much white, and it just felt cold to me. So I wanted it to seem a little more warm and inviting. But I keep it basically the same. I just change out the colors. And instead of the cabinets like ending like that, I end up changing it to where the cabinets go all the way across. I think that looks a lot better, and I think it makes more sense to me instead of having that little bitty gap on either side. But we get 2 sinks on each side. They each have a personal mirror, and then I just clutter the bathroom up with, I do get a couple plants in here, some towels, some lotions, cologne, different things like that your Sims may need. But here I am bringing the gold or the yellow and the green in. I do get some more wall lights too. I think that really warms up the place as well. And then I do add in some shower caddies in the showers. I think that's a really good idea. So your Sims can leave like their soaps, their personal soaps in there. But I feel like people would be sharing all kinds of things. I don't know. I never stayed in a dorm when I was in college, so I don't really know how dorm life is. I'm sure you have your own separate stuff that you take to the shower with you every single time. I'm sure you don't leave it in the shower, but it's The Sims, so I thought it would be fun to add. And it does give a little something extra to your shower. But that is all for this renovation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Leave any suggestions that you have down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.